Welcome to the Center of Achievement. The area that we are currently in is also known as the Brown Center. The aquatic section is known as the Brown Center because it was created with funding given to us by Linda and Abbott Brown. As you can see here, we have the movable floor pool. The movable floor pool, much like its name suggests, can move from 7 feet deep all the way up so that it is flush with the floor. The depth is indicated by the numbers that you can see up on the far blue wall. We have 2 lifts to allow for clients to get in and out of the pool safely. They simply take a seat, put on the seatbelt, and then we move them down into the water, or from the water, seatbelt in the seat, and up out of the water. We also have 2 ladders on either corner to allow for clients to come in and out. In the movable floor pool, we have a deep water exercise class, which is usually taken by students, faculty, staff, very mobile population, people who are interested in high cardiovascular and muscular training. Over on this wall here, you'll see the buttons that allow for the floor to raise and lower. So this is our spa. It's at about 104 degrees for therapeutic pool temperatures. It is very comfortable. It's very relaxing for a lot of the clients that do use it. We have 2 points of entry. We have the stairs that you can use here with multiple railings and much shorter steps than you would typically find at another recreational pool. We also have the bench on that far side that have jets that can produce flumes and allow for a little more relaxation of the muscles. As you can see, we also have 2 bucket chairs that clients can use to relax a little more. And over here in this far corner, this is where we would have a client enter and exit using this lift. This chair, once they are fastened and the seatbelt has been secured, will turn and then lower into the pool nice and slow. We will be supporting the client from below in the water. So when and if you ever work with a client, make sure that you are below, you are in the water as they're exiting or entering the pool. The main therapeutic pool, we're going to go over the 5 points of entry. This is known as the dry ramp. So a client who uses a wheelchair would bring their wheelchair down independently or with help. Typically it is independent because for the next step they are going to transfer themselves onto this white tile part. And once they're here, they can move their lower extremities on their own and enter the pool independently. For students who need equipment, there is this ladder that can be used. You can use the ladder to get up out of the pool or back into the pool once you have retrieved equipment. We're going to go ahead and go over the other 3 major points of entry and exit. Another point of entry and exit, we have control buttons here. We're going to bring the client down and out into the pool. Now you're going to move the lift after you have communicated with your client, after you have transferred them successfully and safely. You will have someone controlling this while you are in the water ready to receive your client. As we have said before, you will always be below your client in the water greeting them. Very popular point of entry and exit is the wet ramp. We have water wheelchairs, which are different than your typical manual or power chairs. The client is going to be transferred into a water wheelchair. You will use foot plates when appropriate if the client needs the support for their legs. We will go over the supportive equipment that you may need, such as a collar and belts, later on. So when you are bringing the client into the pool, it is very important that you are below the client. You are closer to the water than they are. and you'll just bring them in as so. Now, on the way out, you will still be below them. You will be between them and the water, and you are going to go ahead and push them up and out of the water. Now, when you enter the pool, all the way at the bottom of the wet ramp, you will notice that this chair will still be in the water with you and your client. Once you reach this area, you are going to help your client to float or mobilize any way possible to the greater portion of the pool, typically over to the bench. Someone else will remove the water wheelchair for you. So this is the procedure to bring someone in the pool via the wet ramp. They will have the collar on already. They will be seated securely in the water chair, and you will bring them down the wet ramp backwards. As we go into the water, you will always be between the water and the client. You will move slowly and steadily down the wet ramp. As you get deeper in the water, make sure to be aware of your client's body positioning and floating. We do not want to get stuck or make contact with the pole. As you get deeper in the water, the client may start to float. Be aware of this and communicate with your client. Okay? Once you get to the bottom of the ramp, you're going to remove your client from the chair. Be aware of the armrests.
Hold on, I'm gonna go.
You are going to bring your arm behind the client to support their thoracic area. If needed, your other arm will go under their knee. When you get the client ready to perform supine exercises, it will be a similar motion. You will support their thoracic and their lower extremities. You will grab the buoyancy belt from the deck, place it under the client's hip. Then your client is floating safely and secure. Once your client is done and you're ready to go back to the water chair to lead through the wet ramp, you will support your client into a supine position. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Once your client is supine, you are going to remove the belt here. and place the belt on the pool deck. You will need to support your client once the belt is gone. Make sure your client is safe and comfortable, fully supported. Now, when you are getting ready to move into the chair, you need to be very aware of the armrests on the water chair. As you move your client into the seated position, make sure that they are situated safely, including their feet on the footrests, their hands inside the armrest, and their hips all the way in the back of the seat. Once you reach the top of the ramp, feel free to remove the collar and assist your client into their own personal care. Here we have probably our second most popular entry and exit point, the stairs. We have one set of wide railings for individuals who can deal with a little bit more of a challenge, and we have a set of narrow railings for individuals who need a little more stability. While your client is entering the pool, it is incredibly important that you are in front of them, below them, entering the water before they enter the water. On the way out, same thing, you're going to be below them, you're going to be behind them, making sure that they are comfortably exiting the pool. Safety is very important. If your client is using the stairs to exit the pool, you will make sure that they are standing safe, have their weight on their feet, and have placed one or both hands on the railing. Are you ready? Okay, go whenever you're ready. I'm going to stand right behind you. As they walk up the stairs, make sure that you are here for support. If they have an assistive device, make sure that somebody brings that assistive device to them and meets them at the top of the stairs with it. Multi-purpose pool. As you can see, it has 3 points of entry, very similar to our main therapy pool. We have stairs with narrow and wide railings. We have a lift in that corner, complete with seat belts. And we also have a dry ramp on the far side. This pool used to be used specifically for individuals who had multiple sclerosis. We can control the air temperature as well as the water temperature of this room. As of now, we are using it for our children's program. It is a shallower pool than our main therapy. The deeper point here is at 4 feet even, as opposed to our main therapy, which is closer to 5 feet. We also have the flumes in this pool. We will go over flumes in another video.